Thank you, everyone, for those great talks. I think they showcase the ways in which humanities and social science research matters to all of us in our world in so many different ways. So these are just a small sampling of our amazing diversity of researchers at the University of Alberta. We have so many more researchers doing incredible work here, and we can't have them all in this short of program. So you're going to have to look at our web pages across the university to see all of the research that's going on in the social sciences and humanities and see the amazing work going on across all of our faculties. The research done by scholars at the university in the social sciences and humanities allows us to gain insights into our world and to imagine our world differently, as you've heard in many of these talks. We learn about the values and the ways of being in different cultures, about what goes on into making a work of art and how that art gets marketed and sold and promoted and critiqued and more, and perhaps about how that artist's life might impact her creative decisions. Social sciences and humanities research takes on many, many explorations, and today we shared just a few. But to build and create a world-class research program at the University of Alberta to support all of our researchers or to put together tonight's program takes a lot of people. So before we close, I want to thank everyone who contributes to research excellence across our university, the researchers themselves, all the research administrators in the departments and faculties, the Associate Dean's research across our SSHRC faculties who work tirelessly, or sometimes in very tired ways, because they have so much work to do, all the fine folks in our research support office, our SSHRC GAP director, all the amazing folks at the Cool Institute for Advanced Studies who promote interdisciplinary research across the social sciences and humanities, and all my colleagues in the Office of the Vice President Research who work on promoting research year-round. KIOS, the Faculty of Arts, and the Faculty of Education all contributed significant in-kind support for this event, and I'm very grateful for all of that support as well. I particularly want to thank our organizing team and in-event support, all of the people who've been participating and helping tonight, and these are a random order of people. Alliston Finley, Lanchan Marples, Martine Desrochers, Jeffrey Rockwell, Adam Dambrovi, Oliver Rossier, Steve Patton, Denise Larson, Joanne Miller, Mara Simmons, Tia Lalani, Grant Wong, Claire Peters, Heather Young-Leslie, Laura Sue, who's the photographer taking pictures for us, Liana Long. We had David Deephouse and Anne handing out programs. And most of all, I want to thank Karen Buchholz, without whom none of this would have happened. She is the organizing queen, who's like one of those wizards in the Harry Potter story world who keeps things swirling around and magically coming together. But her magic is more powerful because she does it all without a wand. So we have a little bit more magic to do together. So in addition to celebrating our own research here tonight, we're celebrating SSHRC's 40th birthday. SSHRC supports everything that we do, all of our work, with grants that support faculty research, graduate students, conferences, and postdoctoral fellows. So I just want to do a little exercise here tonight because we want to show off our SSHRC visitor how much we appreciate all of this SSHRC support. I'm going to ask everybody here who received SSHRC funding in the last year, if they can, if they're comfortable doing this, to raise their hand. Okay. Now, if you can, keep your hands in the air. Anyone who has any SSHRC funding, whether it was this year or at all, raise your hand. And again, keep those up in the air. Okay. Anybody who's received SSHRC funding at any point in their career, raise your hand. Okay, now keep these hands up. If you've ever attended a conference that had SSHRC funding to help that conference take place, you can have both hands up at this end if you want. So if you've ever gone to a conference that was supported by SSHRC funding, okay. If you've ever read a book that helped your research or your teaching that was written by somebody who had SSHRC funding to write that book, that's a hand in the air. Okay. If you've ever worked with a graduate student who had SSHRC funding to be that graduate student, okay, or a postdoc. So look at all, I mean, by this point, most of us have our hands in the air. Thank you for all of that amazing support. Because really, that support from SSHRC is so important to all of us in our research and teaching in so many ways. It's not just whether or not we have a SSHRC grant at any given point that's throughout their whole careers, but also the conferences we go to, the books that we read that were supported by SSHRC research, the graduate students we work with, the postdocs we work with, all of that is funded by SSHRC. And so it has an impact on all of us in so many ways. And it's so important for us to recognize that. Because of that, we have a little SSHRC media campaign going on. Some of you may have seen these, some of you may have done these. We created this little SSHRC Matters to Me because, and we have our SSHRC logo over here, the 40th logo. So there's some of these out here. If you would like to take one of these, write why SSHRC matters to you, and then you're invited to, do a selfie if you like doing those things, or our photographer might take a picture of you with your sign. You can do them in groups, individually, and we're going to be sending these out with the U Alberta hashtag, with the SSHRC 40th hashtag. You can add your faculty or your department if you're in a departmentalized faculty, your own, whatever you want to add to it, to help celebrate research at the University of Alberta and research with SSHRC in our 40th birthday year. Not our 40th birthday year, their 40th birthday year. So now, with that, I'd like to ask everyone to thank all of our amazing speakers. And I would like to thank everyone for coming. So please join us out in the atrium and enjoy the rest of the event. And thank you so much for coming and for supporting social sciences and humanities research.